Hello there, my fellow Americans. I'm H01. About to start the last set of these videos, and this is called International Issues. Let me read this little blurb I put in the chart here that you can find on the internet. I'll go over that again in a minute. The AP Party produced videos and topic-related internet links in this grouping to provide concepts and perspective on serious issues that affect Americans, but are also international in scope. Okay. Again, they are intended to help generate more public debate and action, hopefully, in these critical areas. Okay. So that 5 topics here. The first one is excuse me, Rainforest Preservation Agreement. Now, the rainforest, we've all heard about the rainforest, this thing down there in South America. And it is the greater part of the northern part of South America, and it touches into about 9 countries down there. Okay? And due to, I guess, land control, population going down there, and more in recent years of mining, ripping out the areas for trees, all kinds of things, oil, whatever. They have been slowly tearing that thing up, just gnawing away at it and making it smaller. And it is something that is really critical to the Earth's ecology, and we just really have to get really tough about that whole thing down there. You know, the companies, the oil, coal, gas, whatever, anything down there, in forestry industries are just tearing it up. And again, not their job to worry about the economy, or not the economy, but the environment. And this is where calmer heads, more rational people have to take care of this. Now, there are 2 organizations that affect these 5 can come into play to affect these particular proposals. The first 2, Rainforest Preservation and Hemisphere Immigration Agreement, those 2 agreements, which have to be written, created, and passed, would best be used, organized, or processed through a company, or an organization called the OAS, Organization of American States. Now, you may have never heard of that, but it exists. It really doesn't do a whole lot as far as I'm concerned, but it can be the one that we use for this, and possibly even the UN, since this is a worldwide matter, the preservation of the rainforest. I mean, and we're probably talking eventually about military action, if needed, by this people in this hemisphere, to stop the destruction of that precious rainforest. So the Organization of American States will put together an agreement, and we will slowly need to bring all commercial development against that rainforest to a halt. Now, the green people, the environmentalists, will just think they've died and gone to heaven if that ever happens. But if we don't do something about it, we're going to all think we died and went to hell, frankly, right? I mean, there's really not a whole lot more to say about that. And this is they have the military down there is involved in pushing people that live in those areas off their lands so they can be strip mined and clear cut. It's just horrific. And if you watch that video that I mentioned before, okay, one of the other ones, and again I'll mention it again, long title on it, How to Let Go of the World and Love All the Things That Climate Cannot Change. Again, it's an HBO documentary from this year, 2016, and was created by a gentleman named Josh Fox. I encourage you to look at that because it really gets into the rainforest, really, very much, and shows what is being done to it and how the people are suffering down there. And again, there's not a whole lot to elaborate on this. I'm not going to bore you with stats and everything else because sometimes numbers are incidental. In this case, it is. So that's called the the Rainforest Preservation Agreement. That's what we have to come up with and enforce it. So all for that for right now. And you take care, and next time we talk about something called the Hemisphere Immigration Agreement in the next video. Take care. See you then.